Hi, I'm Rob Hurahan, and today I want to introduce you to a concept that could completely transform your business relationships and skyrocket your sales success. Today, we're diving into something that my mentor, the late Bob Proctor, taught me to understand, and that is the impression of increase, which is a powerful principle from Wallace Wattles' The Science of Getting Rich. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling larger, more capable, a bit more inspired? That's actually the impression of increase at work. And it's what we're going to discuss today. The desire for increase is really fundamental to human nature. We all seek more knowledge, more success, more fulfillment, more connection. It's the urge within us all seeking fuller expression. This isn't just about material gain, it's about growth in every dimension. And it's actually hardwired into your very being. Where increase ceases, decline begins. We're constantly seeking improvement, advancement, and growth. And when you understand this principle, you actually realize something profound. The most successful people in sales and business intuitively recognize this truth and work with it rather than against it. So, how do we apply it? It's simple but powerful. You just make up your mind that you're going to leave every person that you speak with, you interact with the impression of increase. Now, what does that look like in practice? Well, you acknowledge their strengths. You recognize their potential. You genuinely appreciate their contributions and you help them to see possibilities they couldn't see before. You actually add value before asking for anything in return. Now, when you do this consistently, people will naturally be drawn to you. They will give you their attention, their loyalty, and even their business. Now, I want to share with you what this looks like in a real prospect meeting. Imagine sitting across from a potential client. Instead of launching into a rehearsed pitch about your products and your services and what you want to talk about, ask them some thoughtful questions about their business. What's working well for you right now? What are you most proud of and how have you built your company? What's your vision for where you want to be in 3 years, in 5 years, in a year from now? As they answer, listen attentively, celebrate their wins, point out strengths that they may be taken for granted. And by the time you begin discussing how you might work together, something magical has already happened. They already feel increased from your conversation. They feel more capable, more seen, more potential, more inspired. Now that's when selling becomes effortless. You're not pushing against the resistance. You're being invited in as someone who brings value. Another example of this is when you're actually following up with a prospect. Most people actually just send those generic check-in emails that essentially saying, are you ready to give me money yet? We've all received them, right? I've probably sent loads in the past myself years ago. Instead of trying this approach, send them an article specifically related to the challenge. A thoughtful note, that you're thinking of them. You might want to connect them with somebody within your network that can help them. You're sending a much clearer message and you're adding value to them, their world, and what they can do. And I hope you kind of see the difference there. It's a subtle difference, but it's so powerful. This just isn't a technique. It's a complete shift in mindset. It's moving from what I can get to how I can increase this person, adding them value. Surround yourself with people eager to work with you, buy from you and refer others to you when you do this. Here's an action step I wanted to take. For the next week, before any interaction, whether it's a sales call, a networking event, or a team meeting, ask yourself, how can I leave this person with the impression of increase? Look for the good in others, acknowledge it, amplify it, help them see even greater possibilities. When you master this principle, you will never have to sell again in the traditional sense. People will seek you out because they feel more capable, more inspired when they're around you. Now remember, increase is what we're all seeking. We all want it. When you become a consistent source of it for others, your success becomes inevitable. Now, thank you for spending this time with me today. Now get out there and leave everyone you meet with the impression